Hi guys, welcome back to Ravenclaw Reads. I'm Courtney and today you are starting another weekly reading vlog with me. It is a Monday. It is July 17th. I'm feeling very energetic, mostly because of the coffee that I had, but it's just a busy day today and I am just gonna go with it. So this weekend was a good weekend. I finished a couple of books. I wanted to finish 4, that didn't happen. We actually added to our family this weekend and got a puppy. And so we had to prepare for the puppy, go get the puppy, and spend time with the puppy. And so I didn't get as much reading done as I wanted to, but that's okay because I have all the reading plans this week. So this weekend, I finished up The Fourth Wing. I ended up giving that 4 stars. I finished up The Fourth Wing and I ended up giving that 4 stars. I really, really liked it. It is worth the hype. And I would say I am a light to medium fantasy reader. I have done the ACOTAR. I've done other series that are a little bit heavier. And this one is just right. It's perfect for like the non-fantasy reader. And so very good, great story. I loved the sort of love triangle that's happening with Violet and Xaden and Dane. And I love how it ended, which I don't want to spoil it for you, but really good, totally worth the read. I'm very much looking forward to the second book. I've already pre-ordered that book because, as we know, the first book was so hard to get, and so I already pre-ordered that. Then I also finished the rom-com Agenda. That was not originally on my list of things to read, I don't think. Maybe it was, but it was perfect for an after Fourth Wing read. It was very light. I gave it 3 stars because it was the basic romantic comedy sort of book. It gave exactly what the title gave. It was very mid. It was very predictable. I didn't love the characters, but it was just a 3. So here's what I am planning to read this week. I have lots of plans this week, so we'll see. I'm doing another week where I'm going to have focused energy on reading, not a lot of TV, YouTube, TikTok, any of that. Tonight's Monday reading sprints. So excited about that. We have library this week, so I'll have time for the library. So I'm very, very hopeful that it will be a great reading week. So first, on my Kindle, I am reading Business or Pleasure. This is by Rachel Lynn Solomon. I started this a little bit last night on my Oasis, and I am, let's see how far. And I read the Oasis at night because it's easier to hold in the bed, in my opinion. But I am about, why is it not showing? Maybe I am only 2% in. Oh no, I'm on page 5 of the book, and it's already kind of like, meh, I don't know if I like it, but I'm not going to be too harsh on it because I'm only on page 5, and I read it last night before bed, which I was pretty tired. I also started yesterday, which my goal was to finish this yesterday, but we had to get the dog, we had to drive to get it. And I can't read and ride in a car. I don't know about anybody else, it makes me car sick. But I started Good Girl, Bad Blood. I am now on page 132, chapter 14. And this is pretty good. It's giving the same vibe as the last book. It's still, there's still a crime. There's a boy from the high school. His older brother has gotten missing. His older brother was 24. He was found at last seen at one of the calamity parties, which if you read the first book, those are the sort of house parties where all the things go down, drug deals, roofies, the whole thing. And so he was last seen at one of those parties. And so trying to find out what happened to him. Pip now has a podcast kind of going over what happened in the first book, but also has been sought out to help investigate this. She's kind of in combat with the police who don't want her to investigate, and so kind of more of the same, but I'm not mad at it. It was good the first time, so I'm going to focus on this tonight at sprints as well. And then things that are on my list. So I'm still reading The Truth About Stacey. I actually switched to Audible on this, 1, because I heard they're really good and I had an Audible credit, and 2, I was planning to listen to it on the way to get the dog yesterday, but it just didn't make sense for everybody in the car to be listening to it. And so I didn't play it, but I started it this morning and it's pretty good. So I didn't move on this, but I will finish this week. And then 2 more books that I want to read this week. One, I want to read The Messengers and just finish up this series. I had a feeling last night of like, hey, I just want to read this and like figure out where it went. And so I pulled this off the bookshelf. And then I got this a couple weeks ago. I showed you guys. I want to reread The Unhoneymooners this week. I read it maybe 2 or 3 years ago and gave this 5 stars. And I know it's good, so I just want to reread it and see if I still like it. So that's like 6 books that I want to read this week. So we'll see. No, that's 5 books. I can count. 5 books that I want to read this week. And so we'll see how far I can get in that. Again, like I said, I really want to be diligent about finishing these. Good Girl, Bad Blood, and The Truth About Stacey are already pretty much on and going. So those are my main focuses. So during reading sprints, this is what I will be reading and what I'm going to bring to the library until I finish. So that is the update for Monday, and I will check in later. Bye, guys. Hello and happy Tuesday. Today, I'm going to share with you what I read yesterday. It was a great day yesterday because reading sprints. I'm telling you, something about Monday reading sprints are just so elite. I think it's because, like I said before, I don't have anything to do on Monday evenings, and I'm waiting for the sprints. The sprints are pretty consistent on Mondays. Somebody always does them, and I just get so much done. So yesterday, I finished Good Girl, Bad Blood. When I started the sprint, I was about 160 so pages, maybe about 180 pages in. So I was about here, and I read this amount over the 2 hours of the sprints. And I'm giving this a 3.75 stars. I thought it was good, but it wasn't great, right? It's better than a 3-star because, again, it kept my attention. But literally, it was the same book as A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. And so here's what I'm finding with these sequels. And I get, like, maybe that's what people want. But there's something about these sequels that it's literally the same exact book. Just insert different names. In this book, we're still following Pip. And she is now hosting a podcast. I'm not gonna like that. She is now hosting a podcast about her investigation with Andy Bell and Sal Singh from the first book, and about how her and Ravi solved that case. And in the middle of that, a classmate comes to her and says that their older brother is missing. And so again, Pip tries to get on the case. First, she's like, no, I'm not going to do this again. It was too much. Goes to the police. The police don't want to help. And so she starts her sort of grassroots approach to solving this crime. And the thing about this is that if you read the first book, like almost parallel, identical things happen in this book that happened in the first book. And so that was kind of annoying. And then Pip started getting kind of annoying to me too. So I don't know about the third book, although I did say that about the second book, so who knows. But for now, 3.75. Then after that, I read The Truth About Stacey. I really just wanted to knock this out because it's not that long. And honestly, towards the end, I was able to skim a little bit, which I didn't want to do because I really wanted to go word for word. But I've just read this book with Reagan at the end of last year. And the Netflix series is very close to this, actually almost identical. And so it was very close to what I'd already read. So it was easy just to be like, oh, I remember that, I remember that. And so good to go there. I still need to find out what the fourth book is. Because for some reason it's escaping my memory. I need to pull up my little chart of books, but that is what I read yesterday. So today, again, busy, and our library plans got canceled, so I won't be at the library for very long today, but my plan, I'm trying to look at the Scribe. One, my plan is to film the Scribe video. How about that? Okay, so I still need to read Business or Pleasure, and I could start The Unhoneymooners. That sounds really exciting, so I might do that. The only thing about The Unhoneymooners, I don't have it on Kindle, so we'll navigate that when we get there. But excited that I finished 2 books yesterday. Like, I was not expecting to do that. I was expecting to finish Good Girl, Bad Blood, but not the other one. So that's good. Like I said, I had 5 books on my TBR. 2 are down on Monday. Like, this is very promising. Again, we'll see though. Wednesday, Thursday are very busy for me. So we'll see how far we get. Anyway, that is the update for Tuesday. We'll check in later. Bye, guys. Hey guys, happy Wednesday. I'm filming later in the day today. It is about 5:36. It's been a busy day. I'm just about to film my Scribe review video that's coming out tomorrow. So excited to finally get that out to you guys. Sorry for the delay. It's just been so hectic. So anyway, let me tell you what I read yesterday. So yesterday, I attempted to read, what did I try to read? Hold on. Let me pull it up. I tried to read Business or Pleasure. And I started that on Monday night, just trying to read that. And I wasn't getting much traction with it, to be honest. I was just kind of not into it. And I only got like 3%. So I'm not saying like it's not a good book. I'm saying I wasn't ready for the book. So then I pivoted. And I heard about a book on Olivia Reads a Latte's channel called Hidden Pictures. And so I decided I was going to read that. And it's on Kindle Unlimited. And so the cover is kind of hard to see because it's a black cover. So this is Hidden Pictures, and it's by Jason Rekulak. I'm about 17% into it, and I am sucked in. So not on one of the list of things I was going to read this week, but I am excited to read this. So this book follows our main character, who I don't even remember her name anymore, but she is a recovering addict, and she's currently living in a halfway house. They call it a 3/4 house because they pay their own rent and they have to buy their own groceries. But her mentor and sponsor has found her a job as a nanny at Caroline and Ted's house. And the sponsor tells her that, you know, he's put in a good word for her. And the husband's kind of hard, but the wife will love her. And so she's on the fence because she's like, what do they know about my past? And they do, and they're okay with it. So she meets with the wife to interview for the position, and the wife is like immediately obsessed with her. I shouldn't say obsessed. Loved her, wants her to take the job on. And the husband comes in and he's really like on the fence. He doesn't like the fact that she had a drug problem and she's in recovery. And so he makes a couple of snide remarks about her recovery journey and like, will she be a good fit? Anyway, she ends up getting the job because the son loves her. Well, throughout this book, we see, I'm going to try to find it. We see the son who is kind of aloof. He only talks to people that he wants to talk to, and he draws a lot of pictures. And so what drew me about this book was that they have pictures of the drawings in the book. So the son, so the kid writes or draws a lot, and the kid has an imaginary friend, Anya, and he mentions her a lot, and the mom didn't mention it, but when the son mentions it to the new nanny, she's like, oh yeah, he has an imaginary friend, don't worry about it. And the nanny's like, that's fine, like I had imaginary friends too when I was your age. And so he draws pictures of this little friend, and let me just give you the type of pictures he draws about this friend. So there he is, the nanny, and there's Anya underneath the table. So this is creepy, and I usually don't get creeped out by stories. I haven't yet, but I don't love ghosts, paranormal stuff, and so I feel like this one could really get me. Anyway, I'm only 17% in. I'm excited to continue reading that. So I spent last night reading that. I'll probably take this vlog into Saturday because I want to finish this, but I want to read some of the other books on my TBR for this week. The Unhoneymooners is what I'm thinking next, and if I get to the Messengers next week, that's fine. But since this one is like gonna be pretty good and breezing through, I look forward to knocking that out. So that is my Wednesday update. I'm gonna film the scribe video now and then I will be back. Bye guys. Good morning everybody and happy Friday. I don't know that I've been more excited for a Friday than today. It's been such a busy week with our new puppy, all the things I had going on at work this week. So I had an all-day facilitation yesterday, so I was not able to film and I was just so worn down and tired and I wanted to give myself permission to be tired. But I did finish a book yesterday. So I want to talk about Hidden Pictures. This beautiful cover by Jason Rekulak. Holy moly. Okay, so I finished it. I ended up giving it 5 stars. It is definitely a thriller. This is the first thriller that I've read that I've been like legit scared. It's just very spooky. So in the story, we're following Mallory, who is a recovering addict. She lives in a halfway house and she is given the opportunity to be a nanny for the Maxwells. Her mentor puts in a good word for her. And at first meeting, the wife, Carolyn, is very nice, very welcoming, and the husband, Ted, is very not. But she takes the job because if she doesn't take the job and it doesn't work out, she can't stay at the halfway house. And so she's working with the family, and the son's name is Teddy. Teddy begins drawing these very interesting pictures, including his friend, Anya, who's imaginary. And throughout the course of the book, we get down to who Anya is, what does that mean? And there's just lots of twists and turns in the story. I don't want to give it away because it's a thriller, but I will say that this was a thriller that I could not predict. I didn't know which way it was going. I thought it was going one way, it went a whole different way. Really enjoyable, really fast read. Towards the end, it started getting a little bit long because like you just want to figure out like putting the pieces together. But really well written. And like I said, it's one of the first thrillers that I've read that I was actually kind of spooked on. So yeah, highly recommend that book. So then after I was like, I need something peaceful to read. So I was looking through my Kindle. So I have the Unhoneymooners that I will be starting this weekend, or restarting because it's a reread for me. But I also wanted to find something for my Kindle, and I decided that I was going to listen or read Christmas Baggage. And this goes with my original idea of doing some Christmas stories in July, for Christmas in July. And so I'm just a few pages into this, but it's cutesy, it's light, it's like 300 pages. It's everything that one needs after a thriller. So here's the cover. So loving that. And then the Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. I'm really trying to get a lot of reading done this weekend because, and I'm not doing anything this weekend, like honestly, nothing. And so I would like to get that done. I want to get the Unhoneymooners done. I want to get the Messengers done. And I want to get Marianne Saves the Day done, which is book 4 from Babysitters Club. So we'll see how many of those I can get. What came to me yesterday though is that I still have not picked up The Empire of Storms or Tower of Dawn, and I don't know why. So I have to like reevaluate if I want to finish that series or not. That's the Throne and Glass series. So those are my updates for today. Maybe I'll hop on a little bit later if I get some reading done. All right, bye guys. Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. It is Saturday and I'm filming the last day of this weekly vlog. So I wanted to move this to Saturday because I like to do 5 days. If I miss a day, I try to extend it. So I didn't do anything on Thursday, so I wanted to extend it to today. And so glad that I did. So I just finished the reread of The Unhoneymooners. This follows Olive and Ethan. Olive's sister Amy is recently married to Ethan's brother Dane. On their wedding day, the whole wedding party gets sick from the seafood buffet that was free. Amy won it. And so everybody except Ethan and Olive got sick because Ethan is skeeved out by buffets. And I can't remember why Olive did. Either she's allergic or she just was too busy running around. And so everybody's sick, but the honeymoon has to happen because it was gifted to the bride and groom. And so Amy suggests that Olive take it, and Ethan's brother Dane suggests that he takes it. However, Ethan and Olive are mortal enemies, and now they have to spend 2 weeks together on this vacation because they both want the vacation. On the way down to, or they're going to Maui, so on the way to Maui, Olive gets a phone call about a new job that she's just gotten, and she's been unemployed for a while. And in Maui, she sees her future boss, and decides to pretend that Ethan is her husband. So we have some enemies to lovers, we have some fake dating. I read this once before, like I said, last year, and ended up giving it 4 stars last year, and I'm still going to stick with that 4 stars. I think at one point I thought it was a 5-star read for me, but it wasn't. 4 stars is where this lands. It's pretty good. It kind of goes many different directions if you've read it, and there are no open scenes. It's all closed door, so fairly tame, but it just, the ending kind of drags, and just like all the different parts are, I don't feel like are super necessary. So still a 4-star read. So currently I've got a couple of things that I'm reading for the rest of today. So I did bring out the Kobo today, and I have the Kobo Libra 2, and I will link the video that I did comparing this with the Paperwhite I think I did. And I picked up the book The Last Word by Taylor Adams. This book is $30 in store. I think it's like $14 on Kindle, but it was $12 on Kobo, and it's like a 20-week wait at the library. So I decided to buy it on Kobo. And this book is a thriller, and it follows, from what I've heard, somebody who writes a bad review or a negative review on an author's book, like on a Goodreads type thing, and then the author like starts hunting this person down or something. I don't know. It sounded really interesting, so I'm gonna check that out. And then I was able to last night, my digital copy of Marianne Saves the Day came in yesterday, so I'm gonna focus on that. Trying to see, I just downloaded a couple of books that were on sale today. So Marianne Saves the Day, I started this last night. I'm about 11% in, so I'm gonna knock that out right now. There we go. And that's book number 4 in my reread of the Babysitters Club from the beginning. And what else? I do want to note that Kindle Scribe is at 60% battery, and again, I've only charged it one time since I've gotten it, and now we're going on basically a month of having it and reading it every day. So highly impressed by that. I'm trying to think anything else that's going on. I don't think anything else is going on today. Tomorrow I want to focus on reading The Last Word. That would be good to do. And then I still have The Baggage Claim, my Christmas book, on the Kindle. Not pressed to read that like I would like to, but not really. I really want to read The Messenger, so actually scrap that. Marianne Saves the Day, I'm going to finish that real quick. Then I'm going to The Last Word and The Messengers as my physical book. So those books I would like to read into the beginning of next week. I probably will only finish The Last Word tomorrow. So that has been my week. Thanks for following me this week on this very busy week. It was hectic every day almost, and so very excited to, 1, have a slower work week next week, but 2, get a chance to still get some reading done. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below if there's any books that you read. Thanks for all my new subscribers. I appreciate that. Joining the community. Feel free to comment. I always try to respond pretty right away. And we will see you in the next video. Remember, I post on Thursdays and Sundays. Thursday is my whatever video, and that's book related, and Sunday is my vlog video. So we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.